Can I try that thing?
You want to test it?
Yeah, can I try that thing?
Okay.
Yeah?
It's okay. It's easy. Super easy.
Okay. Oh my god, you turn this thing like this, I'm gonna completely kill myself at any... Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I think I got the hang of this thing, but it's definitely not for me. Yeah, do a little 180-degree turn. Oh, I got this, but maybe not for me.
Super fresh. Perfecto, hermano. Eso es ciencia. It's easy. Step back.
Stop and step back, like this. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Mi nombre es Walter. Soy de Guatemala y respaldo servicio y calidad.
Okay.
Espero que toda la familia vengan y vayan a dar un trip por Barcelona.
Funny thing about Barcelona is that I don't really look Spanish, so like all these like tourist companies, they always think that I'm from somewhere else. Whenever a stranger from Barcelona starts speaking to me in Spanish or English thinking that I'm English, I just play along and I just pretend that I have no idea, you know, how to speak Spanish. I even put on this fake English accent. A lot of times they'll just start speaking, like, you know, 5 minutes into a conversation, and I haven't gotten the chance to tell them that I'm actually Spanish yet. And I just say, you know, should I actually tell them? Nah, it's fine. It's a lot of fun too. You know, this is the city where I was born and where I'm from, and everyone thinks I'm from outside. I know what you guys are thinking. Why is there no drawing in this episode? I'm just experimenting a little bit. I'm gonna play a little bit around with the styles. Very important that you guys tell me, you know, what you like, what you don't like. That way I can throw away the parts that are not good and I can keep the parts that are good, make a better vlog for you guys. And I need to find a vegan place today because I'm absolutely starving and I've never actually been in this area looking for vegan food yet. So this is a bit of a, I guess, a new adventure in a way. So let's get going. If there's one thing that I've learned so far for sure, it's that Spanish people are absolutely horrified of gorilla pods and cameras. I think you guys have seen the way the camera looks with the gorilla pod, but people here are absolutely terrified. The second that they see me holding this thing, they hide their children. Some people look away, some people escape. I don't know why, it's just a camera. So I'm completely lost right now. I have no idea where I'm gonna actually eat, but I'm very hungry. Something that I'm figuring out is like the Spanish bars, they usually focus on meat and fish tapas and stuff like that, but if you want to get vegetarian and vegan food, Pakistani and Indian places are a good place to go. So there's one right here. We're gonna ask if there is any vegan food at all, and if there's not, we're gonna go to the center because I'm actually gonna give up. All the places around here are extremely expensive and they offer very little vegan food. Yo quiero algo que no tenga ni carne, ni leche, ni pescado.
Pescado, lentejas.
Ah, vale, sí.
Spicy, con picante sin picante.
Un poco, no muy spicy, pero spicy normal.
Vale.
Ok, muchas gracias. Okay. The guys at the restaurant told me to try it out like this, where I grab the bread and I tinge. I'm still getting used to this. Oh, this is really good. This plate in particular is Pakistani and Indian. Has a lot of flavor, and this is very good place for it. That food was incredible. It's a recurring theme in my 30-day challenge. It's unbelievable. In so many different aspects of this entire challenge, I always think that it's so much harder than it ends up being. I always think that the food isn't going to taste so good. I always think that I'm not going to be able to find a vegan option for what I want to eat. It's never the case. When I was in Barcelona in the beach area, I honestly thought that I was going to have to drive to the center just to get a vegan meal. But within 5 minutes, I already found a place that didn't only serve vegan food, but it served amazing vegan food. It doesn't have to be a vegan restaurant to have amazing vegan choices. And Indian and Pakistani restaurants are amazing for this kind of food, and I always fall into the same trap. I always think it's going to be more difficult than it ends up being, always. Anyways, just an observation. It's early in the morning. I'm not a morning person. Basically, during the first hour of my mornings, I'm basically like an 8-year-old where my brain doesn't work and I can't think of anything else other than just putting food in my body. I'm editing a video for Mark. I finished his Costa Rica vlogs, so I'm finishing up this video now that he's back in Canada. For those of you that are wondering what one of my vlogs looks like on Final Cut Pro, basically, I mean, this is not even like flexing or anything. Like I could have a ton of like unnecessary windows open to make it look more sophisticated, but really this is what it looks like. It's not anything extremely complicated, it's just about how much time and how you use your clips that matter, more than the software or the hardware that you're using to produce your videos. So finally, the internet people are coming over, and we're gonna get better internet. So why is it such a big deal that I finally got the fiber optic? My internet has been so slow, and every time that John comes over and stuff, basically if he needs to upload, we both need to go somewhere else to upload. But now my internet speed is going from 20 megabytes per second to 300 megabytes per second. Obviously that's a huge improvement. The problem is that they just installed the router, and the router is actually in my room. I am definitely not okay with having an electromagnetic volcano in my room. So I'm gonna ask them to change it to the living room, and then everything will be sorted. It should take only a few more days, but I'm excited. Everything will go much smoother and we'll be able to work better. We found seitan steak with vegan cheese inside of it, and we're gonna cook that along with just some French fries. It wasn't very cheap. It was like I think it was like €4.50, which is more expensive than the burgers, obviously, but it does look pretty good. And if it is good, it's gonna be something that I'm gonna be purchasing from now on. See the little melted cheese? It's okay, but in my opinion, there are better options out there. Alright, I read on another recommendation to cut it into extremely thin pieces to avoid the smushy texture. They cut this as thin as possible to fry the tofu. I have no idea how to cook tofu. I have no idea how to make this taste good. I'm just following the recommendations that I get on YouTube. Squeeze the tofu. The other recommendation was to cut it as thin as possible. I did just that, and hopefully tofu will taste okay, because last time it wasn't so good. It actually smells surprisingly good. These are like crunchy now. All these little pieces, it's so hard, which is good. And I think that that's the secret to tofu. We're making tofu like this forever from now on. I'm not gonna make my tofu any other way. This is really good. Very good recommendation. Thanks for that.